How long do you think it would be before the likes of cannabis can be grown in your back garden and you're allowed?
I think ever sooner, the more we unite, the more we can parlay between ourselves. It's exactly that. I kind of, and maybe draw some people don't like this flack, but I imagine it's probably because of the hidden bigotry. But as a comparison of the LGBTQIA, we need a similar thing with cannabis. You can be hemp for all I don't believe it exists. Do you know what I mean? Actually, it's not a codified language in the UK. You get a low THC cannabis license. It's a colloquial term used by some to describe like the non-combustible, non-consumable industrial applications of the cannabis plant. And again, even that's my perception. I can't help, but I can't even use that word. But there are some people who are just that, but I want to be in the same group as them fighting for them. I can respect their fight and what they want to do, but they also have to respect me and my fight and what I do. And I think if we can bring ourselves together as genuine, sincere cannabis people, as you say, almost separated by the only question, what were you doing before 2015? So, or we pick an arbitrary date or point that's not 2018, not the change of law when they could come out and be safe. What did you actually fucking do? And then we reward and push amongst ourselves. And I keep drawing this analogy again. It's nothing about us without us. We need our Stonewall moment. We need to recognize that, it is an establishment that we need to fight against. We can't wait for them to fix the wrongs that they have done. They can't infiltrate us, come into our groups, and, analogous as straight people come into a gathering of gay people and go, oh, yeah, we were wrong. Here's the new rules. Like, fuck you. You don't get to talk to us. You have persecuted us. You've destroyed our lives. You have put our friends in the ground and in cages. You have lessened the opportunities and the hope and optimism of millions of people around this world. You don't get to dictate. So I think, as you say, they are inevitable. I had this conversation with, again, somebody I very much respect in the space, quite high up in one of the regulatory bodies in the UK, and they're feeling very disheartened. And I kind of said to them, look, I went through exactly where you are a couple of years ago, and where I've arrived at is they are inevitable. Legalization in that guise is going to fucking happen, but it's also not going to end cannabis prohibition. That's our job. We have to build that human rights case, that understanding that, as everybody does now, you can in your own head be as bigoted as you want and be like, I don't like those two men kissing over there. But you cannot then commit a hate crime against them and be bigoted against them. That's the same protection that I want for cannabis consumers, frankly, for all drug consumers in the end of the drug war. But cannabis is the linchpin, because once we tear that down, everything else falls. And it's recognizing again that the stigma is partly perpetuated by ourselves as well now. So one of the other issues that we've got is a lot of cannabis naive people coming in as patients with this legal protection and this supremacy of going, I've got mine, I'm safe, and I can go wherever I want and do whatever I want. And they're looking down. And then you see it in the Reddit forums and the r/medical cannabis and these different places online, where that group of individuals, of these cannabis naive protected patients, are saying the reason they're held back is because of the legacy and the black market and these bad people. And they tar us all that we're all wrong and bad, that unless you have this piece of paper and a script, you must be a violent druggie that steals electricity, uses kids to grow fucking weed. Do you know what I mean? You put like spice in everything. All the worst connotations, when yes, that exists as a consequence of prohibition. So does this exploitative medical system. If you fully decriminalize and take us out of here, guess who's left in this pool? Legitimate people that fucking need it. Those kids would get their medications. People who need very bespoke treatments that we need to really break down these new synthetic cannabinoids for. That research and development should be in the pharmaceutical hands, should be in the medical realm. But frankly, and I'm sorry if this offends some people, I don't think we should be prescribing cannabis flower. There's no other medication comes in its floral form. Many things, like aspirin, is derived from the bark of the willow tree, I think, if I'm correct. But no one is getting willow bark sent to them. You go to the shop and you buy aspirin. Do you know what I mean? Every other medication is standardized in a way. Even the whole thing of, like, we're seeing now with people partnering with clinics and reviewing medical products. It's like it doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. I don't know. That should be fine and exist over here, but that can't keep accelerating and growing when the vast majority of people are still locked out over here, and their smell could get them arrested. Oh, well, the smell would get them detained to get searched to then get arrested. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.